This was the week where Joe Biden announced he was unilaterally banning the imports of oil and gas from Russia for the country's ongoing war on Ukraine, which, keeping in Joe Biden tradition, is largely symbolic as Russia will continue selling to its major sugar daddy, China. It will, however, hurt Americans. Hurt being a loose term, given that Land Rovers can't actually feel pain in the same way that the people of Ukraine can. Biden acknowledges the higher gas prices and is trying to call it Putin's price hike. You're like, okay, try again, buddy. Even though Russian gas is only 8% of our energy, so like what's going on? What gives? Well, as Matt kind of alluded to, traders on Wall Street are artificially inflating oil in expectation of scarcity. That is traders, T-R-A-I-T-O-R-S. The administration is touting that it's ramping up production, right? They're like, oh my God, we got so much oil. They're gloating at the fact they've got 34% more oil and gas permits than Trump did in his first year, even though Biden vowed to end drilling permits and fossil fuel subsidies. Still, we need oil, and the quickest way to get more oil is through OPEC, the oil cartel run by Saudi Arabia and UAE, who are currently not answering Biden's calls. Soups ock. They're playing phone tag. I mean, that's what he says. But we need oil so bad that Biden officials went to Venezuela. And we're like, hi. You the president, Mr. Maduro. You the president. I don't even, who's Guaido, what? We promise to never coup you. Please. And that's where things stand with Ukraine and oil, and I drive a Prius. I'm a fucking ally. End of story. Let's get into it, though. Sam, are you feeling pain in your pump?
Wow. You just ratcheted up the heat on this polycule.
Have you been washing with Dr. Bronner's? No, but essentially we're seeing the ways that war is creating an impetus for a heavier reliance on fossil fuels, as it pretty much always does.
Very consistently.
You know, I was talking about this today on the show. It's incredibly frustrating that there's no response from the center to the left on this issue as it comes up. I mean, you know, you got Steve Ducey's kid. I can't remember the kid's name. Peter Ducey, right? Thank you. At the White House press conference, you know, peppering the administration. Are you going to have more permits and this and that? And they're bragging, like you say, about how many permits have already been issued. Yeah. It seems to me there's basically two responses. One is, if this is a national security issue, that we need oil, and we need to sort of match up our refining capacity with what we're able to pull out of the ground, we should nationalize all of it.
Yes.
We should own, if this is genuinely a national security issue,
conclusion.
Let's not leave it to the private market. Let's nationalize the whole fucking bucket of it, and then we'll figure it out from there.
Yeah.
And then the other answer is that, like, you know, while we're nationalizing all of their oil profits, and protecting our national security, we'll figure out how to phase it out. Yeah. I mean, that's basically it. But there doesn't seem to be any type of response to that, because, of course, you don't want to say nationalize it if you're on the left, because you don't want to promote necessarily the idea of maintaining the extraction of fossil fuels.
Right.
But the reality is that's going to happen for a certain period of time. I say we offer to nationalize the thing and take it seriously on their terms, and then we start to ramp it down.
I feel like the left would appreciate or like be able to like be okay with that message if it was like, we nationalize oil, but then we also kill all the oil executives right after, like immediately.
I mean,
line
once
them up.
we own them.
I'm just saying.
Is this being recorded?
Oh boy.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. They're trying to speak out of both sides of their mouths, right? In a long thread that Jen Psaki has, it's like, we've got all this oil production, but by the way, eventually climate change. I mean, green energy, you know, all the stuff that they know they're supposed to be saying, but you're wondering, like, at what what's the year? It's like, well, we need 5 more years. And then, I mean, the IPCC's not giving us 5 fucking years, right? Like the UN's given us, I think there's 6 left. It was like 10 a little bit ago.
How do we not all have this countdown clock on our phones?
Yes.
Well, to be fair, look at what we did by getting rid of COVID. We could do the same thing with climate change.
Just ignore it?
Exactly.
That's an option?
It's over, folks. Climate change is over.
It's
Too inconvenient. It's over. You're welcome.
So creepy. Well, of course, if you went on Fox News and said nationalize, I'm very curious as to what they would say. Obviously,
I'd be curious what they say on MSNBC, frankly. They'd all freak out.
Yeah.
They would all freak out. It would be the last time you're on that network.
Yeah.
we both know that feeling, right, Sam?
I mean, yeah.
I'm like, have me back on? No, I don't know this man. What? Killing oil executives?
Kill him.
No, but it is interesting because a lot, like BP just dropped 20% of its shares in Rosneft, the Russian oil company. They're moving back to the United States because they're all like, oh, hell yeah, we're going to drill even more here. And again, this cannot be the option. And yet the right is blaming folks like ourselves, people who believe climate change is real and want to move to renewables ASAP, keep it in the ground, as they say, stop line 5, line 3, all the fucking pipelines. And they are blaming one particular little teen specifically. Take a look.
That effectively reversed all of Trump's energy policies, and then he returned us to the climate Paris Accord because he's listening to people like Greta Thunberg and these climate radicals.
This is the irony of letting children like Greta Thunberg take up shelf space in your brain. Think about all the adults that took her opinion over the progress made in fracking or drilling or the necessity of coal in nearly every country. But no. How dare you? Remember that? How dare you? We all sat there. Oh, maybe she'll drop solar panels down into Kiev to save people.
There's a direct causal link between Greta Thunberg at the UN podium with the tears down her cheeks saying, how dare you, between that and all of the damage she's been doing throughout Europe and the world, pushing for climate fanaticism and Vladimir Putin's dominance and being able to invade Ukraine last week. A direct causal link.
How dare you?
A direct causal link.
Don't me Putin, daddy.
I've watched that clip about 25 times, and every time I hear him say, "Fucking Baba Booey, Baba Booey," but every time I watch it again, he doesn't. It's weird.
But just Greta hit a nerve, right? Because, like, what is that nerve that she hit? Just like a child looking into your eyes, begging you, please, don't do this. Fuck you, you piece of shit, Greg Gutfeld, wannabe comic asshole. Like, just like, you know, but because she did hit a nerve.
Yeah.
But the right, they love to dump on her. And I think does it go back to the fact that she got Person of the Year when Trump didn't? And right? Remember that?
Is that what it was? I thought it was just that they are disgusting and hate children.
Yeah.
That they are evil on the inside as well as the outside.
What's going on, Frantifa? If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that button. And also, you can become a patron and support the show every single week. Get access to bonus episodes and exclusive merchandise. Patreon.com/Bitchuation Room. Do it.